Hello. Hi. We are live. I love y'all. I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. Mm-mm-mm-mm. This time came by fast.
It did. It
I'm
did.
telling you,
It did.
I am so looking forward to continuing on with this. I am so excited about the feedback that we have been getting. This is Dove's organization Live. Dove stands for Daughters of Values, Excellence, and Self-Esteem. We have me, who is Miss Dawn, and what these two young ladies now that I call my God-given daughters, who are participating with me about um, helping everybody build self-esteem and to be real with our esteem and things that have happened to us. I'm so grateful to have met them. They came into my life as teenage young women, teenage girls, let's just say teenage girls, and they were young women, little women at the same time. And I was like, where did they come from? But I have a heart for women, girls especially, to find themselves, to know who they are, to be confident enough in themselves. I remember Sierra. I was so psyched. Sierra, um, I'm telling about our relationship some, but but Sierra, I remember having I believe Sierra, and correct me, but she was in school and she was having a little struggle sometime with school, and this chick that went off to college. I was like, she went off to college. I was like, she was like, Miss Dawn, go to college. You should see me doing backflips. She may not know, but I can't do a backflip, but I did a backflip. Like inside. And I'm telling you, it was just like, oh my goodness, that I mean, God, everybody know about you. You was created for like whatever your purpose, and Marita. Oh, Marita was like, I mean, I'm talk about my part because y'all talked about your part of me, but Marita was like my daughter. Like it was so funny. I had a whole nother room. Didn't you pretty much packed yourself in the room. If I'm talking wrong, y'all can tell me every weekend. And the only reason I sent you home because I legally didn't have you. I legally couldn't keep you. It's like your mom, your parents knew where you were. Both of your parents knew where y'all were.
Yeah.
Your mom, I'll talk about that later. Sierra, your mom said something to me. I can't repeat the words, but I was just like crying. But she just thought that our relationship had did a change with you. She said she's seen a change. She has to tell me again. But I was just like, what Marita mom has, they like literally just let y'all just come, right? So it had purpose to it. It always had purpose. I'm looking forward to um just more. But I want you to introduce yourself one more time again, because with these this is the third session. We're in the third session. So whoever's watching and didn't see the other two, you go back and look on Facebook or YouTube because we live. So go ahead and Sierra, can you just introduce yourself a little bit?
Yes, my name is Sierra Morris. I am from Virginia, born and raised. I met Miss Dawn um doing who was a fundraiser for what was it, middle school? It was a fundraiser doing a fundraiser in middle school, and I just happened to be on her steps, and from there things just grew. And yeah, it's how long was that ago? How
Huh?
long was that? That
So
was
you
many,
said 13. I think the last time you said you was on my step 13. So we're
that
gonna
was
try to
almost
see.
10, that was
Mm-hmm.
almost 15 years ago.
Oh, you
Wow.
telling your age? Okay. Well, I ain't telling mine.
But yes,
Uh-huh.
but yes, I went to college. I went to Bluefield College. I studied in criminal justice, minor in psychology. So that's my forte, or my degrees. I also lived in Kansas City, worked with young troubled teenage youth, dealing with substance abuse, different a whole variety, just everything. So then I moved back to Richmond, and I am currently working. And yeah, so and me and Ms. Dawn keep in touch, and yeah.
The main thing is that we in touch in heart. You know, you could just we just pick back up like it's nothing.
Yes.
Go ahead now, Miss Marita, so we can go
Yes,
ahead.
yes. My name is Marita Hills.
Mhm.
I've always been involved in the community, getting involved, helping out, with fundraisers and things like that, especially for women and mothers with special needs. I'm also an autism advocate. I'm a huge autism advocate. I my daughter's autistic, and that's just dear to my heart. Kids with disabilities and things like that. And of course, I care about the youth. I've always even I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I live in Cleveland, Ohio, but I'm originally from Steubenville, Ohio, which is a small town. We ain't even gonna go there, but a really small town,
Steubenville.
really small town gal, right? But I've lived different places. I lived in New York and things like that, and I definitely lived in different places. But right now, I'm currently in Cleveland with my husband, and I've done things in this community with mothers and mothers with special needs, the needy, people who need food and things like that, or hygiene ish, youth who are homeless and need hygiene help. I volunteered in all kinds of different things nearby. I always look for opportunities to do that. So yeah, that's basically it. And you can find me on Instagram at simply being Mar. That's my main Instagram, and of course here on Facebook, Marita D Hills on Facebook.
Tell us about a little bit about our relationship. Just an introduction with how you find me. How did you find me?
Oh my, yeah. Well, again, I was originally through a mutual friend named Lisa, who is not here. Wanted to go to a church event, a church that we always went to before in the past. Anyway, I just haven't had been in a while, and I kind of was going through some things. I didn't want to go back to that church, but something was pushing me. Girl, you better go for whatever reason. And the day I went, they had an event, and it was upstairs in the church. I remember there was other youth there and things like that. And me, Lisa, and I think Nicole was there. I can't remember if she was there that day, but I know she came next time. Um, and I got to introduce her. She was so loving and so happy and laughing, and I'm like, okay, And she was like, oh, hi y'all, and talking about our gifts, and oh, y'all so talented, and talking about our personality and things like that. And I wasn't kind of used to that at the time, with dealing with people on that level who actually spent the time with me as a young teenager. So besides someone very dear to me. It was a while when I met Dawn, so before I even had that type of relationship with anyone else. So when she came right on time. So she
And
came
I'm
right on
telling you, I was
time.
kicking teeth going out to Steubenville, Ohio. I lived in actually Weirton, West Virginia, which is right across the bridge. And I was kicking and screaming. I told y'all that story back
Yep.
behind the scene. But I cannot express how thankful that I did come. And then express how thankful I went back to Virginia because, yeah, it's just one of those things. But I'm going to throw out there, Steubenville was where Fred Hammond, I found out later, who's a gospel singer, had his family from there. And I was working in a community church, not a church, and it was for the community. And so all of us been doing, like Sierra was doing fundraiser for an event. So we have all of that already in us to be trying to reach out for somebody else. And Sierra, I know she has helped kids. I was one time she was out there in her at her school, and she was trying to get clothes, and I was giving clothes to her mom, putting in the car, take them to Sierra to give the clothes to the people. So it's just community outreach. So this, on the same note, we still talking about outreach. We just talking about outreach for people heart, people
Yeah.
soul, outreach for people esteem, to build them up. This is another platform that we're doing. So I am welcome and glad for the people who are going to tune in, is tuning in now. So tonight we done just talking about self-esteem, right? And what else and then we did what was last month? Self-esteem and body,
Yeah, body, your
body
skin.
images and your
Yeah.
body. And now we keep things a secret because now you tune in, we talking about self-esteem and material possessions and material life.
Yeah.
Material girl, I'm a material girl. So who's watching? Share. I don't even know how to talk about all that, but share and like and share or whatever. Because and especially we sometimes we get into our own self, but you know somebody that can benefit from this conversation and share it. If you don't want to watch it, go back and share it later. But I believe everybody, every age group benefit. All
Yeah.
right, so we ain't getting on with long, but we're gonna go through. I want to talk about this is my area of when I say self-esteem struggle, material possession. Start with the house. Woo woo. House. Okay, so everybody know about the house. You know the show Cribs, and Cribs. I don't know where I got this from. I don't know why, but I know that I like a big house. Like I just like those things. You know what I'm saying? I don't. It doesn't shouldn't identify me. But what y'all think? Okay, so go ahead, Sierra. What you think? Because I have a problem with
I
this whole.
think your house, I can see how that can come off like as your personal self-esteem because of it's a part of you. So when you have a house, it shows that how your house is like it's your home, but it also shows the richness. When you walk into someone's home, you're just like, "Oh, this is," especially with someone nice home. You're like, "Okay," and you're just like, but and that boosts their self esteem. Like, "Oh yeah, I got this. I got I got this. I got that. Oh, I got this from Ashley Furniture, and I got the money to do this," because that makes them feel good when um, you have a nice house and things like that, but they're trying to find that satisfaction through those materials because they're not happy with themselves, and they're not grounded in themselves to where they love themselves enough, so they go out and buy these fancy things. They're buying these things to feel the way, to reflect how they want to feel in the inside. And so basically, if you want to feel what you're gonna look, basically you're gonna go out to where you're gonna do what you need to do to get the stuff that you want, but it's gonna reflect how you feel in the inside, or how you want to feel in the inside. So a lot of people go out here, buy this and buy this because they want to feel good about themselves, but they need compliments from other people. So when people buy houses, or when you go into someone's house and they have this nice, beautiful home, I mean, beautiful home, but they're not one with themselves, is because there's something within them and they're not grounding in themselves. So they go out to material things because they feel better. That's why we go, what is it, retail shopping, and just therapy and all that, because it's a way that, I don't know, not all women are like this, but I know sometimes I'm like, just like, I just need to go ahead and just buy me a nice dress so I can feel good about myself. But that's how we do sometimes. And that can just go, and that just extend to just your house, but cars and different things like that. So
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll go on and talk about that. Go ahead, Marita. I want you to go ahead and chime in. Then
Yeah.
I'm going to say my little deal.
Yeah, I do think some people get really wrapped up in those things. They have to have this brand. They have to have that brand. Why do you got that, girl? I need to have this, things like that. I've never been into those kind of things. Like I was never like, oh my God, if I ain't got Balenciaga, if I ain't got my little Louis Vuitton,
Who they?
I ain't popping if I ain't got that Gucci. I never been that kind of person. Like long as it's nice, it ain't falling apart or anything like that. Long as it's nice, I'm fine. I won't go for something like super cheap. And I'll take things like with my friends. She's like, girl, I can't wear these no more. You can have them. I am not ashamed to take hand me down. I love a thrift store. I'm a thrift girl person on Facebook. I am in like a lot of thrift, like diva thrifting groups, all kinds of stuff, because I will throw a look together. That's just me. And I don't care how much money in the world I have, I will still look like I'm probably just a normal person. And you would never know until you see me like on a trip or something. Then you'd be like, oh, wait, hold on. But you will never know. Even if I have money, I would not get big houses. I like them. I like to
Right.
look at them. And I like to, I love luxury living houses. I like to look at them, but then I'd be like, That's too much hiding spaces. I don't know where nobody is, and too much to clean. No, I'm good. I would live very low scale, and I don't need much. I don't need much
Well,
at
well,
all.
I want to just say, yeah. So that's the individual, but we do know, and we talking about self-esteem, but we do know we didn't watch the Housewives of Atlanta. We didn't know that you still can have some self-esteem issues,
Yes.
and you can still have some serious problems with the big house. So we do know that, but I don't have no problem with it because I'm the luxury person. I think I'll be scared too a little bit, Marita, but I got to give me some guards and some alarms. Whatever. I gotta get some lights on and some, so a maid to clean that bad boy or whatever. But it shouldn't be tied to your esteem. We know that people who have those things sometimes, and some things we're not judging anyone, of course, or not, and whatever you desire and whatever your life is called for. But you do know sometimes they are not well as well, and they may not that even though it fulfills you in a sense, if that's what you desire, it may not fulfill your esteem. You still
Yeah.
can think low about yourself. So
Yeah.
we know that. So we're gonna move on to the car. I think I was talking about. So what is your car now, Marita? Let's go, because you said you would drop and jump in the hoopty. You could jump
Go
in the
ahead. You can
hoopty.
you can let Sierra talk on that one. I'll be
No,
right back.
oh no, no, no. I want to go with you. What about a car? Oh, okay. She got to do something. Okay, Sierra. Mm,
Yes. So my car, I'm not okay. So I do like cars, but I'm more of it can if it can get me to A to B, then I'm good. But for me, like, of course, I have my luxury car. I like a Roy Royce. That's like my most luxury
ah,
car. That and what is it? A Tesla. Those are the two cars that I
Tesla.
really, really enjoy.
I know
And like
somebody
I'm
like
just like
Teslas.
one day I'm gonna have y'all gonna see one day I'm gonna have both of them things sitting in my driveway and like
All
or
right
my
now. Mhm.
garages with S's at the end. But yes, those are like the two ones. But I'm
All right.
grateful for what I have now. I'm not
Right.
pressed about it because also one thing I've learned just over the years, even with my self esteem, do not live beyond your means.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, those
Mm.
things do not identify me. They're
They
they're
don't
that's not
identify.
that doesn't show my heart. That doesn't show who I am as a person. There's plenty of people with Teslas and the BMWs and all that, but they have the ugliness inside them, and
Mm.
and it goes back because they feel bad about themselves and not having that oneness with themselves that they have with each other or with themselves. So yes, but those are my two cars that I really like.
And I
Luxury.
I actually seen people that it got cars and smile too. They ain't upset neither. They looking at. I
Mhm.
actually been upgraded recently to another community, and there's some nice cars out there, and them people saying hi. They like hi. I'm like hi. I'm like what? So
Mm-mm.
it didn't make everybody
Mhm.
feel some kind of way, but like I said, it is definitely something that the people should double check what their reason is, and soul search and what their reason is. Marita, go ahead about the carpet. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've never really like I said, I don't have to have no luxury cars, but I've been like, look, take me on a trip. I'm all about the trips though. Trip,
Yeah.
You
take me
like a
somewhere
luxury trip?
nice.
You
I'm
like the
saying,
hotel to 5 stars?
yeah, but I'm not. Yep, five, no less than four. Yes, I'm all about.
Yeah.
Or a very nice luxurious Airbnb. I know how to find those deals, but it has to be nice. It has to be nice. The air where I'm gonna be has to be nice. I can get an Airbnb, but I need to be near the beach. I need to be, I love
Yeah.
take me somewhere new. I'll
Hmm.
get up and go in a minute. That makes me. I call it vacation therapy. But I used to like it would depress me like before in the past when I wasn't able to afford those going on a trip or
Now
things
we
like that.
talking. I was
Yeah,
just
so
without a car, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" I went from wanting my Lexus with my
right,
GX 470 for years, and
right.
and I'm talking about like 20 years, because I wouldn't get it when I was single, because I kept saying I got to be responsible, and then it just year after year was more responsibility and things like that, and then I end up like in the recent, y'all, I don't know about, I think, see, Marita was talking me through without a vehicle. Like, I was like, wait a minute. Like, it was affecting not just the
Yeah.
transportation piece or whatever, but it does work with you. And then when there was times that I got me a hoopty, I'm just gonna tell you, because I was getting the A to B.
Oh
I might
yeah,
not got the
I had a
C.
hoopty. I had a
I'm
hoopty for
getting my
2
hoopty to get
years.
to A to B. Yeah. You want to get your hoopty, right? Because you like, oh, when you get to a place where you ain't got nothing,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
you humbled, and I was gonna
Yeah.
say that talking about cars, like when I was younger, like you wouldn't catch me with no dude that didn't have a nice car. Like he had to be.
what that
Listen, let me
made you
tell you
feel
something.
good.
Yeah, I had to be on the passenger side, like yeah, like this car is shining. He kept stopping and washing it, like these type of dudes. Like I had to be with somebody who was flashy, because I wasn't that kind of person. So I wanted to be with somebody who was that kind of person,
Mm.
like flashy, flashy, flashy. Got a nice car, like the bling bling. That was me. Like you got money. Oh, okay, that was me. Like I love it. It made me feel good. And it shouldn't be that way. But when I
But
was
yeah.
younger, since I lacked in so many other areas, my way of
Yeah.
Mhm.
getting a feel
Yeah.
good high was being with somebody who was like balling and better than
Yeah.
me. So that going back to that, but then when you get older and you get, because life happened, you start off with having that stuff anyway, and then anything can happen, to where
Yeah.
you don't have anything at all, and then that humbles you and you're like, hold on, that
Yeah.
don't
My
even matter really. I just because you got
my
to figure out the simple stuff for a
Yeah.
while.
I seen a posting that said, wealth is quiet, rich is loud, and poor is flashy. I was like, oh
That is
my
very true.
goodness.
That's
That is
right.
very
That is
true. That
true.
is very true because when even with me, I like nice stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I really do like nice stuff. But that humble part, like people who I don't want to say it like this, but people who are poor and just it's an inner thing. It's an inner thing. It really is.
Hmm.
I heard someone said that the worst enemy is your inner me, like your inner me. And so sometimes you have to work on your inner yourself first because if you don't know who you are or you don't have the self-esteem that you need to have, you will start spending money out of nowhere. And then you're realizing, oh, I have nothing in the bank.
Well, I want to speak to that because mm, we were poor. I was poor in the hood, but I was my self-esteem I was poor in the hood, but didn't know I was poor in the hood because I had material things, and and I didn't realize it till I actually moved out of it and realized. So it was like, it wasn't a esteem thing. I'm just going to say, Sierra, it wasn't a esteem thing because I had my jewelry, the layers of chains, I had leather, we was getting our jeans. Our jeans was real big, but I wasn't a big jean worker, but we had the name brand jeans, name brand shoes. You know how they did the Timberland, like
Yeah.
we were in a car. And don't mention the cars that people drove into a house that was, not in a neighborhood that you don't think the car would be in the neighborhood, right? But
Yeah.
you would get your car, whatever way you get. And I'm talking about, I was rich. Me, I'm talking about me. Somebody else I just wanted to, go to the opposite end again, what you were saying, but somebody else may have thought they may have known what they was in. I
Mm.
didn't know I was in
Yeah,
it. And what I
shoot.
quote unquote poor. It never that wasn't crossed my mind until I got exposed to a place where I went. Actually went to Howard University. Woo woo, HU, shout out. And I had professors there, and I met people that had quote unquote the big house that was of color, and I just started saying, oh, like I didn't. It was just. I don't know, because you had magazines. I had a girlfriend that turned her magazine all the time and show me big houses and stuff. But it was nothing like, it was like later. Like you saying, Sierra, it's going to be later. It's not going to be now, but it's okay.
Right.
So, yeah. So esteem. So, yeah. So that statement speaks a lot. But if you don't know it, you still can have esteem. Just like you can be rich and don't have esteem. You
Yep.
can be without these things like Marita and have a good feeling about yourself. Know who you
Yeah.
are. Know how you feel about
And I
yourself.
think I think it's the era we came from too, like compared
Yeah.
to now. Like when I
Yeah.
was younger, like we didn't have internet, Instagram, YouTube, you couldn't just you had to, be grateful for what you had.
Yeah.
And even though you might have technically been poor and your parents might have been struggling, you never knew it. You never
Yeah.
really seen it. You
Yeah.
just was like, look, I got that toy I wanted. I got this. My
Yeah.
mom got me a typewriter. I thought it was the biggest thing in the world. Shoot. And you just like, what? And when I finally got a computer, even though other people had updated computers, when I
Mm-hmm.
finally got a computer and it was like one of them tan ones, back in the day, I ain't
Mm-hmm.
care. Shoot, it was a computer. I could get on something. I ain't care what
Mm-hmm.
codes came up,
She said a
nothing.
tan
So
one.
Right.
I felt like I had it all, but technically, as you get older, you do realize,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have it all. I don't really got it all like that, but I want to act like I do, and
So
it made me feel good.
so
Yeah.
that's what we're talking about. We talking about that self-esteem. So you had parents and and some people. So I wanted to bring this up too because my question was there are other people in other countries that may not even ever get a car, live in huts and stuff. So how are we going to say that they don't may not have self-esteem? Because they don't even have that as a basic need or this stuff is luxury like living. And so we have to be mindful of that. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you meet someone and I'm stretching people, when you meet someone from somewhere else that was brought up with a house that had leaking from the roof or whatever, that don't mean that they may not have feel good about themselves, depending on what area, what was told, economic status, social class status, those things which we'll get into with the areas and stuff. And y'all gotta tune in and see what month we're gonna do that. But yes, so that's what we're talking about. We're still talking about trying to help people know that their esteem is not based on that. But I have a song that I want to play real quick. You know me and my songs because this was something that you remember this. Well, I don't know, y'all young, right? But it's the love of money. Money, money,
Money,
money,
money, money.
money, 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 money. So people in my era know this song, and I know y'all might know, but I had to play it because it's talking about the love of money. And they even go, I didn't even realize that it went into the root of all evil. It says in the soul, and it says some people have it and some people don't. So you better know who you are with it.
And without it.
Mhm.
All right, so I wanted to see this the little part. Okay, I wish I could have skipped it forward, but I just wanted to bring it out. But you go back. I want y'all to go back and listen to it again. It's the OJs, okay? Or whoever's been on here and listen to it. Okay, let me stop it for a minute. Oh, so it was going to say some people have it, some people don't. And if you don't got none, you better find something in yourself that you got. Like
Yeah.
for real. For real. I mean for real.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious because people are actually like people that's rich and losing what they had is actually not able to live. They feel like they can't live. We talking for real. They
Yeah.
are like, especially now I want to talk about our men with the money. And this is does to the ladies, but at the same time, share with your uncle, share with your nephew, share with your son, share with your husband, share because I can't believe it hurts me. It literally hurts me to think that a man that is not able to provide for what he was providing materially or house-wise or whatever before would actually take his life. He would leave his family. This
Mm-hmm.
is serious.
Yeah.
What is going on internal, Sierra? What is going on internal for him to think that his life is not worth living because of a certain status, losing their job,
Mm-hmm.
title, and all that? Okay, I had to say, go ahead. Somebody say something because I'm getting into my part, my seriousness.
I think it's because the reason why the men is because there's a standard on men. Let's put that like that. There's a standard on men that they have to meet, and if it's not met, they don't feel they feel like they are a failure. I'm not saying they are, not saying that at all, but it's a standard with society that they have to meet this standard, and what society says is not always true. It's about what you know, who, like I said, it goes back to knowing who you are, knowing where you come from, and knowing what was your, when God put you on this earth, what is your purpose. And some people get lost in the flashiness and what the society is saying. And if you don't live up to society, then they feel this void, and then that really hits their self-esteem, because men in society nowadays, men are not supposed to cry, men are supposed to make the money, and men are supposed to be strong all the time. You know how tired that must be to do that 24/7, 365 out of the 365 days out of each year. That's a long time not to cry, always working, always pushing, always meeting someone else's standards. That is tiresome. And then when you feel like you failed, then you're not a man, you're a wimp, you're a loser, you have all this stuff playing in your mind.
Right.
And that's
So
nothing, that's not you. That's first of all, that's not what God created you to live to other people's standards. He called for you to live to what he wants you to be and on his standard. So let's get
So
that
yeah,
clear.
so we talking about it, and Sierra do have her degree and stuff, so she's talking about some things that she wants to encourage y'all men and what's going on. But we all are aware of those type of men. We definitely are, and we're what I said to Marita, LPEs, because we didn't live this life. We life, look, life practical experiences. We didn't, and you all who watching then live this life, so y'all know what Sierra's talking about. But we're just talking about it. We know that there's more help that is needed with
Yep.
our whole community, with our men. We encourage them to go and seek um other needs, especially.
Yep.
That's why I said I threw it over to y'all, because I was trying to get out of my seriousness with it. And but we do know there's counselors out here to help somebody, so we're going to refer that again. We're going to do our disclaimer that we are not professional counselors. We even though we have some degrees, I had training in psych too, we can identify certain things, but not, this is not what the platform. So we're going to say to you, when this person is watching it, go get some help. If you're seeing that you are literally not able to function, you don't want to live, please,
Yes.
please go get some help.
Yes.
Go ahead, Marie, to add to that. Money, 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 money.
Yes, and going back to the guys, like,
Mm-hmm.
that's why, like, being a married woman, and I can speak on that end. I make sure that my husband has that market. He has that time to, disclose emotionally, and he's comfortable enough around me to where he can do that, and he's never been with somebody who encouraged that, who spoke about it early on, head on. You can be emotional, you can cry, you can, tell me all of these things, and it comes to him naturally because of me coming at him that way from the beginning. And sometimes he can just, and I make sure that I give him baths, I give him flowers, I give him things that he do for me too, so
Yes.
that
It's
he
Yes.
is feel appreciated, because I'm a stay-at-home mom, and majority, and I have had jobs, plenty of times, but a lot of times I've been called back home because I have a daughter with autism, and because of other situations where I have to be here, and there's no ands if buts about it. But if something hits the fan, I'm out the door getting a job if I have to. But he allows me to do that, and because of that, I need to make sure that he feels appreciated, and that I show
Yeah.
him them things and those luxury type things, so he doesn't start to get depressed or start to feel like he has to leave leave his family, or feel like, he's going to have a complete breakdown. Because a lot of the times it's because they don't feel appreciated. They don't have that appreciation in their circles, or around them. They're not constantly
For
told,
what
"Oh,
they
you're
was
doing the
taught.
best you can."
Yeah.
You're
Well,
doing the best you can. You're working hard. You don't have to have it together. But guess what? We're gonna figure it out. Oh, you don't want to do this no more? Oh, let's go. I'm about to go online. I'm about to figure out what you want to do. You gotta be there to support them too.
Yeah.
And then
I was so mad. I posted ladies, and I said I was like, and my brothers too. Like I was thinking I need to have posted my brothers too. So y'all send these to the brothers because this became a brother self esteem live life conversation that I did not know was going to take a twist for, but it's good. It is so good. Plus that y'all got tear ducts. Y'all got tear ducts too. Y'all got
Yeah.
tear ducts in
y'all
you.
got a
So
heart. Yeah.
and you have a heart, yes, and so much things. So I'm like so happy, and I know we're gonna share this to some man because I said I should go back and post on my Facebook. And my brothers too, is even though it's the does thing for self-esteem, because they really have issues as well. We're gonna try to do we're gonna do a man panel. Hopefully they come forth for me and talk about this. Your steam. Okay. So, but we keeping this light. We moving on. Guess what? I want to move on to. I'm excited about my purse, my pocketbook. Girl, what about your purse? How about your purses?
Oh
Go ahead
man.
now. Cause I got to get me some. So I don't even read the names. Some names I don't even know all the names, but just I wanted to share that women in that between our purse and our shoes.
Oh.
Okay, who got a lot of shoes in the closet? All right, anybody on there saying in the comments if you know? Hey, y'all on there, tell me who got the shoes in the closet. Somebody comment. How many you got? That makes you feel good, don't it? Go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Sierra. You was just your feet
Yes.
size or whatever you said
I
this
have
last
a whole. I love bags. I love bags and shoes. I love bags and shoes. Just the last time we talked,
She
we
just
talked
put it
about
simple.
how I wanted smaller feet because I wanted to fit the shoes. So and there were certain shoes I could wear because if you have a smaller foot, because I love shoes and bags. I My favorite bag, if anyone wants to know, is Michael Kors. Michael Kors
Yes.
Go
is
ahead,
my
Micah.
favorite.
Tell her Michael Kors bad, Michael.
I'm for real. Michael Kors is my favorite bag. I
I
and
It
love
make you
I
feel
bags.
like
good,
to
huh,
be
Sierra? Your
I
steam
like
went up.
I'm for real. I love Louis Vuitton too. That's another thing. I haven't got a bag yet from there. I'm gonna get there, but I had a couple of Michael Kors, but I love Michael Kors. And shoes wise, my because of my feet are like a little chunkier. I do like shoes. I like a whole bunch of shoes, but I'm not really big on name brand shoes like Jordans and stuff like that. I do like Converses. I really do like Converses and Vans. Those are like the main ones that I like. But like cute shoes, I will pay. I will go there. Walmart has good nice shoes. So I'm that type of person. But a bag, that's a whole different story.
And let's talk about the
Yes.
red bottom. The red bottom shoe. My girlfriend,
Ooh,
her husband loved buying her
oh
shoes
my
and the red
goodness.
bottom. I said, what? I was like, okay, now I like, well, I want some red bottoms. I don't know what it's gonna do with my esteem because I felt like I have some. But when I
Hmm.
kick my shoe up,
Hmm.
Marie, the red bottoms. You know what they are, the red bottoms.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Ooh.
How much they
I love a
run?
bag. I'm a bag person.
You
I
a
got a
bad person
whole
too?
purse. I got a whole closet full of bags.
Oh my goodness.
I
Y'all are a
love bags.
mess.
I
Y'all
love to
feeling
carry.
good.
Yeah, I carry. I sometimes it's a it's a going out bag. Sometimes it's a mommy bag. So I need all my bags. It just
Right.
depends. It just depends because they want me to take everything with me. So one bag is a mommy bag. The other bag is the going out. Don't put nothing that has to do with
Yeah.
kids in this bag.
All right
You
now.
know.
And that's a name brand. That's a name luxury one, huh? So I was see you
You
said
can't put
no
nothing in this bag.
bottles, no shoe,
Nothing.
no sock, no dirty sock,
Okay, no,
no
no little
food, no
baggies with
crackers.
some crackers in it.
This is
Nothing.
her.
Oh
Tiffany
man.
Haddish. Tiffany Haddish was talking about this on her comedy thing. I would say I would tell y'all, and I can't remember which one. I couldn't get to it right away. But this bag thing, so she had me rolling because when she was doing the taping with Girls Trip, she said on, and this I'm not promoting them, but she's this is on YouTube, so she said it. She was saying how I don't want to quote it wrong, but she was talking about she was on the set and she said her bag, it was hot outside and the piece fell off the top of her, a little cheap bag. And she said she was just like, they was like, Jada was there, Jada Pinkett, and who
Yeah.
else was I'm
All that
blanking on their name.
booty. Yeah.
Yeah, and they was on there and they was like, she was like, Jada was like, you can't be carrying the bag like that. Now that she was, I guess, going up in her name, to society, whatever, and stuff like that. And then she did the sister thing and gave her a bag and all that, for her. But Tiffany was joking and she was like, I believe you don't have a bag as you don't get a bag as if you don't have as much money that you can put in the bag. So if your bag $35, you need to be able to put $35 in the bag. If you ain't got money first, you got a $200 bag. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
And you ain't got $200 in the bank and you ain't got $200 in the bag. You can't even get the 200. So, I love a bag. We all mentioned, we all confess, y'all, and then y'all know we all didn't confess. We love some bags. So, and I'm gonna tell you, I want the real deal. I don't want no artificial. I don't want what they say, the little fake. I don't want that no more. And I'm not saying that, but it should not be tied in.
Yeah.
That's human and again with your esteem. But you know that sometimes, and we go back to people look at that stuff and they
Yeah.
judge you from those type of things. And then here you judging yourself. Here you got
Yeah.
low self-esteem over a bag. Help
Yes.
me.
Yes. I remember my mom. This is one incident that my friend, she had a Michael Kors bag. At the time, I didn't know it was a Michael Kors. I didn't know it was a name brand or anything.
It
Because my
look
mom
good though.
taught me to where things don't, materials don't define you. Your heart does. Though you being a good person, your spirit, you
Right.
knowing who you are defines you. So my friend, she's thrown this. I just thought the bag was cute, and she was like, "You can have it." She was about to throw it away, and I was like, "Okay, I'll have it. I'll take it." And my cousin, who was more materialistic, was her and her mom had this argument and I was just sitting there and she was just like, "Well, Sierra got a Michael Kors bag," and I'm like,
It
"What's a
makes you
Michael
feel
Kors?"
good.
I'm like,
Feel
me
value.
just not knowing. I'm like, "I don't have a Michael Kors bag." She said, "Yes, you do. That says Michael Kors." And I've been asking for a Michael Kors for 2 years. And I was just like, I was kind of shocked. I was like, she said, "How much you pay for that bag?" I said, "I ain't pay for this. Someone gave it to me." And she was like, "Nuh-uh." And like, but she was like, but my cousin, she was so wrapped up in that bag. I'm just like, if you want it, you can have it. Cause baby, it's just a bag.
Poor baby.
But it
Yeah.
showed me how so many people can get wrapped up with material things. And it showed me that it reflected of how she felt about herself. And we talked later and I was like, what was all that about? We talked and it
We a
was a lot of stuff
material
came
world.
out. But yeah, and I was just like,
I'm
I
a
didn't know what that
material
was.
girl.
Mm-hmm.
So you know
Madonna.
what? Go ahead, Marie. Do you want to add to it more? Because let me tell you, the time went by fast again.
Oh
I
my,
want people to
yes.
tune in and see the whole thing. So I want to gotta go ahead through
Oh,
and
no, you got fine. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, the clothes. I had a category by clothes, and we did the best dress, and then you dress to impress, and then things like that. And it makes you feel. Now y'all gonna stop with me. It makes you feel better when you got something on, and then don't let it be nice, real nice quality, because it's different quality. If it's different qualities of sheets, it's different qualities of clothes, bed sheets, it's different qualities of clothes, and they look better. You can put on
Yeah,
something,
they feel
yeah,
better. Feel
you be
better.
like, what? And so we, like I said, we ain't knocking y'all. They got it like that. We not, but we definitely know that if it's taken away, if it get a hole in it, if it get a hole in it, if it's taken away, if it, I used to collect clothes from people. I want to get back to this, y'all, where they had tags on it, so I can give to somebody that don't have no clothes and they
Yeah.
brand new with tags. People be buying stuff, putting in closet, and tags sitting in there for years.
Yes.
Something I ain't even going to go there, but I'm just saying. I know it makes you feel good, but then you want to re-examine and look at
Yep.
if you need to pass something on to somebody. We all community advocates. We all have the same mindset to help somebody else. If you seeing
Yeah.
somebody that's struggling, I'm just going to say, you know, all righty. So you know what else we had on our topic? Our jewelry, because diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Yeah.
Diamond. Y'all heard that statement, right? Diamonds are the
Yeah.
girl's best friend. All right.
Yes.
What you say about your diamonds, honey? Diamonds.
Um, for me, I like jewels. I like different jewels per se, but I'm like the one who likes acts. I don't like a whole lot of bling. Like that's not me. That's not me. I like the one that looks elegant and classy. Like I can put a pair of real gold hoops on and be okay, or just a tennis bracelet or ankle bracelet. That to me, I love gems and diamonds. I really do. But it's also how you present it too, because too much flash can be overwhelming. And some people like that. But yeah, for me, but I don't find myself. Some people like to buy the expensive diamonds, and oh my gosh, if you just know how much a princess cut diamond costs, it's just a lot. But um
To some
some people
people,
buy it.
it depends on your pocketbook. Somebody
Yeah, it
pocketbook can have,
does.
yeah. Yeah, so they get the princess cut and they can afford the princess cut at the expensive princess cut, then they, I mean, but when you get caught up and you gotta have the princess cut on and you have to have a big one and you can't accept something
Hmm.
that is still nice and something and you don't have the salary for it and you didn't went and took a loan out for it and you can't
Yeah.
you
Hmm.
like what in the world? But go ahead. Mhm.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. I love that. Like I like she said, I like some hoops, some real hoops. I can't wear a lot of strange jewelry anyway because I have very sensitive skin. And in the past when I used to wear like, you know, just because I wanted to look like I had some nice jewelry on, or I would go to get some cheap jewelry at whatever store, whatever little store we had, right? Just to feel like
Hmm.
I got some on, but it would break me out. And then here I go, and all of this breaking out all on my neck, all on my
So don't
neck,
send
all on
Marita
my,
nothing fake, y'all. Don't send her nothing cosmetic.
all
Oh
down
my
my
goodness.
arm.
You
I
want
have
to break out? I just
severe
thought about something.
dermatitis, so severe. So when I broke
Oh, I
out,
gotta
I
see.
would be hiding. I put a big old towel or something around me. I'd be hiding. I would hate it. I would cry. I'd be like, "Oh my god, why did I go to that cheap store just to get that necklace?" And my ears be on fire, but I would
Mm.
suffer through it because I wanted to wear jewelry. Period. I wanted to feel like a girl, and I couldn't afford, the real stuff.
Yeah.
So when you
You get
can't
the
afford the real
counterfeit.
stuff, you just do whatever you gotta do. You go to Claire's, you go to whatever store you gotta go to so that you
Yeah.
can, get you some jewelry and feel like you got a necklace on. I'm a necklace girl. I'm a hoops girl. I'm, a little something gotta hang. Something gotta
I gotta
Yeah.
hang.
confess. I gotta confess. I just sent my daughter some jewelry and she gonna break out, y'all. She gonna break
Look,
out from the. I got to get you
I
the
just
real
got it
deal.
on for now.
She,
Take
oh,
it
you do
off.
have it on. She go look, Sierra. You don't break out because see, my baby gonna break out for the little jewelry. That's cute, right? It looks good on you.
I ain't going
Oh,
nowhere.
you better take it off. I don't want you scared. I gotta get you the real deal.
Well, if it
All
was hot
right,
outside,
That one.
if it was hot
that
outside and I started sweating while then we have a problem. Then we
okay.
have
Well,
a
I don't
Oh
want you
my
to do that.
goodness.
I like some jewelry too. I just invested in something that I have been wanting for 20 years and it's going to be seen. But let me just go into so I think this is my thing. You know, we say we queens. We all say everybody be like, Queen, you a queen, all the women, Queen, kings too. And I was just looking and I was like, I think that far as why it feels so good, why you make it, because we queens. And you know, if you really look at some of the history of queens, so a queen is a female. ruler of an independent state, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially one who inherits, and put it over here, inherits the position by rights of birth, right? So, hey, Queen Sierra, everybody, y'all be throwing that word, Queen. And my other daughter is that should be on. She had her Queen shirt on. I sleep with a Queen shirt on, and it is something that I think that um we should know. I just googled this, and it says queens are women who would never put others down for any reason. What?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is so good. But one of the things that was that I had looked with, like Queen Elizabeth. Queens are Queen Elizabeth has owns 300 items of jewelry. So that right. She
Wow.
has, this is just Google, whoever's looking. So I don't we, say that's not nice. She got 301. I don't. It's Google. Okay. 98 brooches, 46 necklace, 37 bracelets, 34 pairs of earrings, 15 rings, 14 watches, and 5 pendants. Queen,
Wow.
y'all better go ahead and rock y'all jewelry, because you know what? Diamonds is a girl best friend. Okay. And you
Mm-hmm.
the queen's worth her castle. You know how we always have our tiara? Each queen has a tiara. I was like, get out
I
of
do
here.
too.
Oh,
You got your
I
tiara.
used to be
But
in
let me tell you about her.
pageants when I was
Let me,
little. I used to love my tiara.
It was a good.
I used to be like, yeah, but I was in pageants. That was a little bit before I had met you, Dawn. I was in pageants.
yeah, you was into something when I was there too. You was singing, remember? Okay. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
was
your
in
tiara, that's where it come from. We went out our tiara, but guess what? Queen, Sierra really got her. You better rock, queen. Let me tell you something though. Let me tell you, Sierra. Can I
Oh,
see?
yeah.
Can I see your cheap? Can I see your cutest zirconia diamonds in there? Cause see, they still right. Because
Mm-hmm.
guess what? Guess what? Queen Elizabeth. It's called diamond diadine, right? Inherited. It has 1,333 diamonds in it. What?
Ooh.
So that's why I just have this thing that, having nice things or liking other things is, is coming from what we are naturally. There's queens in other countries as well. Married to a king, married to a tribal leader. They may not have the tribal leader. Once again, in another country, may not have that type of diamond stuff, but they still consider the queen of their tribe.
Yeah.
And then, so if you really go, I want to do some, I really want to go back and do some homework on it, but you may see that they still live a different lifestyle to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they live a life of service,
Yes.
serving others and
I
being
like
Yes.
there for
that.
others and being really they really do pay to the self-esteem because they're really about don't be what other people expect you to be who you
Yeah.
are, stand tall in that, stand in it.
Yes.
Stand
Oh,
in who you are and
yes.
present that to people, but also let them know that you're there, but as
Yeah.
who you are, but they
Yes.
do it in a highly way. And that's what I
Yes.
love about
I
it. They're
love
like, I'm
that. I
me
always
and I'm
believe.
here.
Yes, like a queen. I always have said a queen doesn't have to explain herself. Her just being there just explains everything. Her presence is a
Right.
dignity when you a queen. The difference between a queen and a person is when you know who you are, the purpose. Once you really realize who you are and your self-esteem. I know for me, I had to realize this for me. Um, I don't have to answer to anyone, to everybody. You answer to the people who you need to answer to.
Mhm.
And to me, because I was always that person, oh, I wanted to do this for this person, or I have to answer this person, I have to give them an excuse. No, once you know who you are and where you stand, there's certain things queens speaks, queens say things, queens just sometimes just look and don't give a word. They
Yeah.
know when to be silent and they know when to talk. And
Hmm.
that's just the presence of a queen. So when you are a queen and you know who you are, and nothing and material things don't define you, that's why people who are thrifty are so. I love them because I think they're queens because they can make something look so rich but got it for a certain price because they know who they are. The materials things don't make them, it's the what is inside of them. So
But
I love that. I love
the
that.
thrift store, you can get some nice stuff. You go to the right thrift store, you get some nice, valuable stuff. Thrift store. I'm not now. She said thrifty, the word thrifty, so that's a whole little thing. But I'm just saying because people
Yeah,
be dropping off some nice things there.
they
Now
do. I love the thrift store. Oh my
I
gosh.
I used to have a hard time,
For the
and
house
especially
too. You be finding some
Goodwill. I
stuff.
couldn't go in there. I wanted my money in my pocket to go to the high store, but I'm just throwing it out there for y'all queens that look good all the time. Okay, so the Google said queens are uplifting. Let me read it what's in it. Empowering,
Yeah,
loving,
yeah.
and gain pleasure from others succeeding rather than failing. I say,
Yeah.
what? Queen, y'all better rock, queen. You gonna call
Right.
yourself a queen? We are talking about building each other up. This is the whole purpose. We was talking about self-esteem. We talking about making sure that you know who you are
Yeah,
with and without your material.
you
We
are.
talking about you say you're a queen. We talking about walking in your queenship. We talking about walking in your queenship. A queen, it says a queens are women who face every obstacle with perseverance, determination, and ambition. I said, what did you say, Google?
Yeah.
I've been calling myself queen. I said, I'm a queen. You a queen. You a queen. You a queen. And I'll be y'all on here. Y'all are, if you calling yourself a queen, then walk in your queenship. That's what
That's
I
it.
want to say.
Right, right.
With without us being titled in the United States of America, that's with queens and stuff and all that other things that you get a title for. If you're gonna call yourself, remember what Google said. The one ain't say it, Google saying it. Okay. And I'm gonna say I won't say it anyway. Y'all know I'm gonna say it anyway, but I'm just saying I'm only saying what Google said because I want you to walk in all of that. I
Yes.
want you. This is the whole purpose of the thing. I am loving all of you. I love my Doves ladies that y'all have became ladies. I
Yeah.
love it was Doves girls, Doves club with the young, and now we talk about queens for this thing because I believe that a lot of this desire comes from inside because that's because we're naturally queens.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
and I would like to, say a little something on queens.
Mhm.
You are a queen no matter where you come from, no
Yeah.
matter your situation, no matter your living situation, no matter what you're going through. Talking to the youth out there, I'm talking to you,
Yes.
all age groups, no matter what your situation is, no matter what you don't have, what you do have, you are a queen and you can stand up and show and you can manifest it in your mind that, hey, I'm a queen. And when you start standing up in that and you stand in it and you know that and you show it, everything around you will fall into place as so
Amen.
into
Yes, it
your
will.
hands, and queen and royalty and all of that is just going to drop in your lap because you are going to show up that way. You're going to show up as royalty. You're going to show up as a queen. And that's how it happens all the time. You just shift that mindset and then you be like, I should have been did this because now everything is falling into place.
Yeah.
And it's
and
crazy
I
how that happens.
and I want to say that it is some standard to it because just the queen is not putting people down. There's some standard to it. So if you realize is what you do, you put your own self down. We're gonna change that and flip that, like you said, with the
Yeah.
mindset, and we're gonna do the mindset where we're gonna start talking more and not, put our own self down and put ourselves in position and rightful place
Hmm.
as a queen, and so it don't come with just don't act in any kind of way and treating people any kind of way and you can't, and you say I'm a queen.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
right.
so I'm just gonna say I want to say we not knocking, but we want to build. We are building. We don't want to build. We building. We building you up. We you going. You're going to process this when you hang up. You're going to process this. You're going to send it to your uncles. You're going to send it to your brother, your son, your husband. You're going to be like, God, women was talking it, and I. But we love y'all. We love you. We did. We
Yes.
here because we love you. I am so super, super, super excited. We have another. We have other sessions coming on the first Friday of the month. We
Yes.
have gotten some great feedback. I am so excited that it's touching some people. I love the feedback. You can reach me at thedawn24@gmail.com. And you want to give me some more feedback, just to keep me excited about doing this. This is just not just because we are having fun, but this is still to try to really get to another place where that people we don't always talk about this area.
Yeah.
We don't really talk about this area, and we know everybody have a problem. But for you tuning in all this time, I'm going to say good night. Thank y'all so much.
Good
Thank you,
night.
Sierra. Y'all love y'all. Thank y'all for staying on. Oh my goodness, this is long. Thank you, and share and then contact me. I would love to just bring you closer to me. I know Sierra and them, whoever has connection with them, that is wonderful because now y'all got connection with me because they connected to me. So I am excited. All right, we're gonna say good night.
Good
Good night,
night.
tune
Great.
in. What date was it in April? The first. Oh, it's gonna be the week of Good Friday. Tune in. It's the first Friday of the month at 8 o'clock. And share, like, and share. Love you all. Talk to you later. Bye
Bye.
bye.
You can.
Bye, Sierra. Bye, Marita. Love
Bye.
We'll
you.
still be
Bye
on
bye.
here. We'll still be on here. You can end it.
Okay. All right.
You can just end it. We'll all still
I
be
do
on.
it. I end it. No, it's not ending.